I was walking back from dinner last night with my girlfriend and my daughter, and we were discussing various things that have been achieved over the last few months. And one of the biggest differences in my life across the last few while has been learning how to successfully run Facebook ads. It's completely changed everything. I used to promote everything organically, and I still do a lot of organic social media. But the learning curve of just learning how to do Facebook ads has been life changing and incredibly difficult. The same as the learning curve of a lot of the AI tools that I use these days. And looking back on it, the same as the learning curve of the music software that I decided to learn, including the emotional regulation tools that I learned from therapy. And there's a great movie. There's a movie called It's a Wonderful Life. I've seen it in the cinema a few times at Christmas. It's a Christmas movie from the 50s. You might have seen it. And the kind of core message of that movie is, what if you didn't exist? And that's kind of what I want to talk about in today's Sunday catch-up. But not only what if you didn't exist, but what if you didn't evolve and become the purest, truest, realist version of yourself, right? I now have 1 million followers. 3 years ago, I had about 5,000 total. I now have over 1 million. It's like 1,060,000, something like that, across my different platforms. Why? Here's why. Because I finally, after years and years and years, decided that my music was too valuable. I'd spent like a decade by this point making music, and I decided it's just too valuable. No longer am I going to stop promoting myself and be shy and be embarrassed and worry what people think. Now's the time that I'm actually going to just start pushing, creating, be on top of myself, hold a standard for myself that I ought to create at the highest level and that my work deserves that, right? 10 years ago, I started therapy because my brother had therapy, and I come from a family of people who have struggled with mental health, and there's a lot of neurodivergence, there's a lot of addiction, there was a lot of abuse issues in my family, and I saw my brother, and I decided I wanted what he had, which to me was like he had his business sorted, he had a good family, and I just voted one day. I just decided, right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And similarly, becoming a musician when I was 20 years old, I eventually decided, like, I'm going to do this thing, It was after seeing my dad lose his battle to cancer. Just decided, have to go for it. But the thing I was discussing on the walk home with my girlfriend last night after dinner was just like, what if I didn't? Imagine, right? There is a version of me in a parallel universe that didn't go to therapy, that didn't lose 5 stones of fat, that didn't stop being an addict, that didn't learn how to regulate emotion, that didn't learn how to make, manage, and multiply money, that didn't learn social media, that didn't learn Facebook ads, that didn't learn AI, right? So if you're someone who has the story, your story is just, I don't know how to do that. What today's episode is about, what today's concept is about for you is quite simply just to bring you the awareness that that's a choice. If you are overweight, why are you overweight? If you don't have any money and you're broke, why are you broke? If you are getting angry with your kids all the time, why? Why are you doing that still? If you don't have a business and you want to have a business, why? If you hate your job, why? Because you're actively making a choice. And in the infinite realm of possibility, you are denying the world the greatest version of you through your own laziness, right? And furthermore, emotional laziness, because to go through each process and learn the next level and evolve, what you have to be able to do is experience a tremendous amount of emotional discomfort. Like the main emotional, like imagine I just was like, I'm too shy, I can't put out my albums, right? And then no one got my albums. Or imagine I was like, I'm too shy, I can't go on stage and no one got to see me sing. I'm too shy, I can't build a business so my daughter can't afford to have a good life and live in a nice place, right? I don't know about AI, I don't know about Facebook ads, I don't know about social media. I'm not, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too this, I'm too that. Imagine if I just denied that the universe, that version of myself, right? So similarly, where is it right now for you that you're denying the universe your example, your potential, your sense of possibility because you're too lazy to go through the emotional, physical discomfort of what you have to go through to get that result in your life, right? And to me, this is just the most kind of fascinating topic. Like, isn't it incredible when you think I easily could have just not done those things, right? I could have just not made records. I could have not put myself through the emotional and the physical discomfort of nervousness and anxiety and stress of performing in the public eye and having my friends and family judge me for promoting myself on social media. I could have not created good boundaries within my family unit that I needed to have in place to have the peace. I could have not gone to therapy for a decade and learned how to regulate my emotion, right? I could have not. And what a waste. What a waste of life. Yesterday I got a message from the husband of a woman who very kindly invited me out to an island where they lived, and I did a concert there. And she was just the most lovely person, the most lovely, light, bright, kind person, right? And she'd been battling cancer for a good while. And unfortunately, I got the message yesterday that she's now passed. Her husband took the time to message me and let me know, and it was very sad news. And to me, her name was Lucy. Her life was the most incredible example of like, use your life, man. Use your life force. Use your energy. Make stuff. Build stuff. Try. What have you got to lose? You're already naked in the sense that we're all going to die. So you've nothing to lose and everything to gain. And life's very, very precious. It's a gift. And when you receive a gift, say thank you and make the most of it. That's what I'm thinking about today. This one goes out to Lucy. I'm going to miss you, Lucy. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for being an example. And to anyone who's watching this today, happy Sunday. Go for it. Just go for it. We're all going to die anyway. Go for it. Make it happen. Make your dreams happen. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please come join my club. You can check that out in the top comment. You can also apply to work with me on an album in the top comment. Happy Sunday, everyone. Take care.